It's about time. It really is about time. You want to connect with your fellow men, get some friendships, get some support. So many men walk through life alone. And it is definitely, as the Bible says, better for two than one, because if one falls, he can lift up his brother. And going through life alone is the hard way to do it. The question is, how do you connect with men? How do you actually generate that one-to-one or one-to-several connection? I'm fortunate in that I've got a buddy of mine that we've been getting together for, pushing towards 20 years now. Brian and I get along extremely well. And the intent there is deliberate. We get together once a week. He's the guy that I can call at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's hitting the fan and it's not distributing equally. Where did it start is what I got thinking about. What is it that allows men to connect? And in this world where we are doing YouTube shorts, where we are doing life so quickly, it's about time. It really is about time. And I've looked for tools, whether it would be to sit down for a coffee. Perhaps it's somebody who's more akin to a whiskey. If it's somebody who wants to go for a hike, used to do some of that. You can see maybe not so much now. But the intent is it's about time. And there's tools, some stranger than others. This happens to be, some will recognize it, a portable humidor for cigars. And it's one tool that is actually a good timer, a yardstick. Now this particular timer happens to be a Churchill-sized cigar. This is the preferred size that Winston Churchill enjoyed. Now I talk about cigars much more frequently than I get to smoke them, but if we look at that first quarter of a cigar, in this case, for this cigar, that's about 15 to 20 minutes of sitting and talking. And through that time, you'll find that the conversation is light. It's about the weather. It's about, how are you doing with that project at work? How are you, what do you think about the local sports team and what they're going to do? Those kind of things. What happens though is as you progress through that 20 minutes, suddenly it starts to take that turn. And this middle portion of the cigar, which is about half an hour, 45 minutes, turns into a conversation time that is, how are you? I mean, really, how are you? How are you doing with your wife, with your significant other? How are you doing with your kids? Perhaps most importantly, how are you doing with your God? And the tone of the conversation starts to take that more connected step. And as you ask those questions of the men around you, they'll ask in return, how are you doing? And it gives you this opportunity to share together, to live together, to be in community rather than being alone. And that is the best reward. You get towards the end of that time, now we're back down to that 15 to 20 minute window, and we're back to talking about work. We're back to talking about things of that type. And it's okay. That's where suddenly it gets a little lighter again. And this particular tool is about time for me. Time to breathe slowly, time to be unhurried, time to enjoy the partnership of brotherhood. And I wanted to share that with you today because that's really what my heart is to connect people, to connect men with men. We need that support. I need my wife. I love my wife. We've been married for 27 years at this point. But it's not the purpose of this particular moment. So it is about time. And if you haven't connected with another friend in the recent days, make the call. Cigars might not be your thing, that's fair. You may choose to do a coffee, you might choose to do a meal together, sit around a campfire. There's all kinds of different ways that you can connect. But make the effort and connect. Now, if you've enjoyed this little bit of information, I would appreciate it if you would smash that like button and let the world know and let me know that it's been appreciated. This is the first of more content to come, and so if you'd like to hear more from me, absolutely feel free to subscribe. And in the meantime, have yourself a fantastic day.